Hey guys, we are back on the Stardust project, and today we will be talking about something that I said I would do quite a long time ago, but it didn't happen. So, yeah, it's time we do it. Achievements, right? You read the title. So, we will look at how someone can make achievements in their game. Achievements can be done in many different ways, I guess, but I will show you one way. It might definitely not be the most optimized way, but what I'm looking at is basically to have something that works, okay? So let's start by just watching what we have to do. It's been a very long time since I worked on this project. I've forgotten most of what's inside of it and the structure and everything. So it will be quite challenging to get back in it and do things. But we'll try, right? So anyway, as I said, let's move to a drawing application. Here I'll be using Obsidian. And let's see what we will be doing, what we will have to change, etc., etc. All right, so here I just started by creating this simple card, which is a tracker. Basically, if we want to make achievements, we will need at some point to have something within the game that will be tracking or observing some sort of events, okay? So let's try to think about, for example, an achievement that tracks the amount of, let's say, Stardust we have created. Okay, so all right. So we have this little update of the drawing. So here we have the Stardust Resource Manager, which is something that already exists in the code. So it handles Stardust modifications. It triggers signals based on the modifications applied to the Stardust resource. So here we have this signal, which already exists as well, which will be triggered when Stardust is created. So from there, the tracker that we have imagined and visualized here will be able to observe this signal and update and increase and do whatever it has to do based on the information contained in this signal. Here I made a little colorful difference to see what already exists within the application, what does not, right? So cyan things do already exist, and this purple thing doesn't exist yet. So this is what we will have to do. So now we barely see that we will need a tracker or an observer, but it's not enough to have a functioning full achievement system. Okay, so I created a new card again, which is going to be the achievements data. So we do have a tracker, but we also need to store somewhere the data of the achievement. So we will need to store the progression and the completion status of each and every achievement that we create. Before we start actually making the achievement, I just want to bring your attention to something in particular, which is that we already made upgrades, okay? And upgrades work kind of similar than achievements, basically. So what we will do will be quite similar, right? We will have a base class for the achievements, and then we will have different behaviors based on each and every achievement, and they will have their own life, should I say, um, based on their needs. Okay, so first, we will not care too much about optimization, right? We'll just make it work, and eventually, if that makes sense, we will see how we can make it better, right? For example, not to have nodes existing and being there for the sake of being there. If the achievement is completed and doesn't need to track anything. All right, so now let's go back to the game and let's see what we can do to basically make those achievements. So, as I said, we will make those quite similar to the CC upgrades, but instead we will have those being achievements. So eventually we could have an abstract class of what an achievement is, but let's not bother with that right now because I honestly don't know what achievements will look like. I'm going with the flow, so yeah. So let's just create a new folder where we will store the achievements. Okay. So now in there, let's create the achievement number 1. So it's going to be achievement 01, and let's go with Stardust created. Okay. So here, do we actually want this to be extending a node? We will want to look at signals, so that will be quite necessary, I guess. And as I said, we will not bother with optimization, so let's go with that. So let's go with the class name, which is going to be achievement 01 Stardust created. All right, so we do have a new class. Let's create a few property. So here we will have the variable completed, which is going to be a boolean based on false. I think I will be doing, I'm going to change this first thing because the Stardust created achievement. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. All right, so here I want to define two kind of achievements which can exist, which are the single level and the multi-level achievements we can do. So basically the single level achievements, they track one thing, and once it is completed, it's done. It's completed, we don't talk about it anymore. And we have multi-level achievements which will be tracking for things even after they have one level, right? They will keep tracking this. For example, you can have an achievement which is generating 100 Stardust and then 10,000 and then a million, right? So obviously multi-level achievements will be a little bit more complex to make than the single level achievements. And ultimately, it is actually very possible to not do any multi-level achievements by instead having it separated in different single level achievements, right? So instead of having one achievement that will cycle on itself and have a level, you will have 5 achievements which will each have their own value of Stardust required, if the achievement is to track Stardust being generated, for example. So because of that, here I will actually just remove this, and that will be universe created. So here, the first achievement is going to be universe created. Okay, so we have the completed, boolean, etc. And actually, here we don't necessarily need to track a goal. We will have a single action that will turn this achievement from locked to unlocked, right? So here we will have an observer. So we'll have a method which will basically be triggered when the event is occurring, right? So we'll have this on universe created. Actually, did I even make this? Because I'm having a little bit of a worry right now because I remember I made a create universe thing, but was it in this series or in one of my own prototypes? So let's check that. On universe created, we don't need any arguments. It's going to be a void, and we're gonna pass. So now I'm just gonna delete my self file and check how it all begins. Your universe isn't active. Yes. So here, awaken the universe, and there we go. So this is gonna be the first achievement. So here we will be looking for this upgrade being a boat, basically. So let's go with that. So on universe created, what we want to do is basically, well, let's pass at the moment and see what we'll have. So here we have two things to do. We must go find the signal which is emitted when we awaken the universe, and we must create the data of this achievement. So maybe let's start with the data, shall we? So here we have data CC upgrades, which goes in data.gd. We have CC upgrades here. So I'm going to create a new object, which is going to be data achievements. And we will basically do something quite similar to that. We'll have data achievements, which will extend results, and we'll have a few information. So we have a class named data achievement. Okay. It extends results, and from there we'll have export variables, which will be achievement 01, universe created, and that's going to be a boolean based to false. By default, when we create a save, we want it to be false. Okay. So here in data, we will do exactly the same as usual. We will create a contains achievements data. We will save this, and we will have this export variable achievements, which will contain data achievements, and it will be data achievements.new. Right. So we now have this data existing in the same file. What do? We go back to our achievement file here, and we need to take care of the loading and the saving of this. So when we add this to the tree, let's just check out of curiosity how we did the upgrade. It's in the init. In the init, we load things. Okay. All right. That's very fine. So let's do that in the init as well. So here we're gonna create the init function. Init function, just reminding you, which is the constructor of the object, right? So it happens when we create the object. It's very different than the ready method, because the ready method is triggered when the node is added to the scene tree and is ready. The difference there is that in the init function, you could load the data and see that, oh, the achievement is completed. So because it is completed, we don't necessarily have to add it to the scene tree and begin observing or unobserving things. That could be a thing, maybe, I don't know. So here we will load things. So completed will be equal to game.ref.data.achievements.achievement01 universe created. Right? So the first thing we do is check that this thing is completed or not in the save file. So now that we have this little thing here, what we can do is to make a simple check, which is if not completed, okay, we want to be observing the purchase status of the first upgrade. So if not completed, we will observe for the first upgrade. So I think it's actually going to be very similar to the CC upgrade 02, right? Here, we will actually do this kind of thing. We will go in the handler CC upgrades, grab the reference of the first CC upgrade, and when it is level up, we do something, right? Which here is going to be on universe created. So let's go back to our achievement here. So we said in the handler CC upgrade, here we have the upgrade number 1. And once it is, what was it again? Leveled up. So if I go there and look for level up, I want to connect. And here I'll grab on universe created. So here I must check the signal, right? I need to be sure that the signal is not sending any argument, right? Because if it sends an argument, we need to grab it, right? But here it doesn't, right? We know the upgrade because we looked for this particular upgrade, so it sends no argument, so it's very fine. On universe created here, we can now add the logic that will create the completion of the achievement. So what we will do is go with a simple completed is going to be equal to true. Then we will save this by going in game ref.data, which achievements, dot achievement 1, blah, 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 and it's going to be true. All right, so now we save the completion of the achievement. And eventually, maybe we do want to send a signal, right? So it's going to be a signal achievement completed, and we want to trigger that signal. Oh, I forgot the E again. So here, achievement completed, and we want to emit this, I guess. Then, what we want to do is to disconnect. So handler cc upgrades dot ref dot upgrade 01, and leveled up, we want to disconnect on universe created. There we go. Let's just add a simple debug thing here, okay? So we will just, well, we will actually have to add this achievement to the game because right now it's not added to the game. But what we will do is we will add this in there, right? And we will try to see if it gets completed, right? So see here, in the handlers, we need to create a new one. So let's create a new script, which is going to be handler achievements. Let's take a look at the CC upgrade handler to see what we can do. So we have a singleton reference, signals, and here we have all the CC upgrades. Okay. Let's just start doing things, right? So here we will have a class name, which will be handler achievements. We need this to be a singleton, so we'll have static variable ref. It's just going to be a handler static thing, And we will have the, did I put that in integer? It actually can be in init. That's funny. I think I put it in integer. Yes, but I guess it could go in init. So anyway, if not ref, or if ref actually, if ref, we want to q3 and return. Otherwise, I want to take ref equals self, right? Was it how I was doing it? Not really, but still the same behavior. All right. So here we have the singleton thing. Then we will create the actual nodes, variables, properties. So we'll have this onReady variable, and we will create this. So it's actually interesting because those are supposed to be often nodes, right? Because they aren't directly added to this thing. That's interesting. Right, because if I start the game right now and go in the remote, if I go in game handlers to see upgrade, there's no children, right? So those nodes are just often. Right, often. So maybe there's a way to add those directly when we get on ready, but is that necessary? I don't know. Because it works with often nodes, but I think Godot doesn't like often nodes. So anyway, here we're gonna go with onReady. We have variable achievement 01 universe created, which is going to be typed achievement with 01, and it's going to be equal to a new thing like this. And can I actually do that and add another line? I don't think so. No. So here we just create the node. And what we did in the last thing is that we had this get all upgrades thing, right? So maybe we can find a different way. Maybe I will make this behavior a little bit different, right? So instead of having this onReady thing here, I'm just going to declare the variable, and I will create an actual function which will be initialize achievements, right? Which is going to be called onReady. So onReady here, we will initialize the achievements. And what we will do when we initialize achievements is that we will create a new node like this, and I will add child here. So I will add achievement like this. So the reason why I'm gonna do that is because from there we will now be able to basically have this method, right, which returns all the upgrades. We will just be able to get the children of the achievement node. We just get the children, and each child, sorry, will be an upgrade, an achievement. Okay, so my brain is already starting to shut off. That's cool. So here, let's create a new grade node, which will be achievements. We can now give the script right there. So now if I start the game, go in remote and have these handlers. Achievements, I have this node here. It doesn't have a name. Is that the problem? Okay. Maybe we can go in our achievement script right there, so that when we create this, we have name equal, achievement 01 universe created. If we do that, if I save this, do we have a name to our node? Yes. Okay, great. So now we have the node which has the name of the class. Okay. We have things in the debugger. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Okay. I get good with that one every time, I guess. So anyway, let's go back to the achievements. So we created our first achievement, and now we want to see if we actually complete it when we awaken the universe. So I'm gonna delete my save file again. Okay, so my save file is deleted, and I will purchase this, and there we go. We know that we went through this method and that the achievement is completed. Okay, so of course we need a way now to display the achievements. So that could be, yes, let's do that. Let's have this new menu being created. So I'm gonna remove the breakpoint, and I'm gonna jump to the user interface, open this thing, and I will create a new link. So here, let's see, we want to create a new link, as I said, and we have little scripts in there. Okay. So let's just create a simple one. So we have button links. Okay. It's going to be achievements link. What is the name? Sifting link. Nebulous link. Yes, so achievements link, obviously. And I guess that this thing, when pressed, will be connected to on achievements link pressed. Does that make sense? It does. So this will have a navigation request with a new view. So we need to create a new view, which is going to be achievements. And we will have a navigation request with this being achievements. All right. So now I'm going to add a script just like this one. So I'm going to copy this, and I will add a built-in script to my achievement button, which will take all this, and here we will check all we need. So if it's going to be the achievement this time, if the first achievement is true, then we will have visible true, otherwise it will be visible false. And we will be looking for handler achievements dot ref dot achievement one to be completed, and we will connect that to on this method, which I need to rename right away, which will be on achievement 01 completed. So here I can connect on achievement 1 completed. And when this happens, we can disconnect. So we will have and handler achievements ref achievement 01 completed, disconnect, and we will disconnect the very same method. Okay, so now we can see if we have unlocked achievements, triggered when achievement 01 is completed, and make the link visible. So let's check that. So here I start the game, I go in the consciousness core, I purchase this, and there is nothing appearing. So that's a problem. Because, oh, actually, maybe I just forgot to just give it a text. Maybe if I give it a text now, it will appear, right? So we have access to this view. Right, so here I create the universe and achievements appear. Okay. So now I must create a new view. Makes sense. So let's go in my views here and let's see, how do we create a new view? We create a new scene, which is just extending view. It extends view. We have the super in ready. And that's it. So let's see, let's create something new. Let's create achievements view. Let's save it. Let's create a view here. And now I will create a new script which extends view. It's going to be view achievement. All right. And let's see, I'm just gonna add a label that is a header that says achievements, just to be sure that we go to the right place. Okay, so here I can go in my user interface if I remember correctly. I bring my achievements view right there. Nope, in there. And I give it the value. I think I need to reload. So I was saying, yes, assigning this as the achievements view, giving a reference to the user interface, and now maybe we should have this working. So I can go in there with the achievements. So let's see, is everything all right? Because here we have the achievement views that should take the entire screen. All right, so here it should be the same. It's a little weird. Do I need to? Oh yes, I just need to change. So okay, I need to go in the main view here and make sure that the achievement view is having the right anchor. Right, so I can save everything. Try one last time. And we have the achievement view. All right. Okay. So now we need to display the achievement. All right. So I'm going to remove this label. I will start by adding a margin. I want a small margin. Well, actually, before adding the margin, I will add a scroll view. So I will create a scroll container, taking the entire screen, or maybe not. Maybe not, because, yeah, let's go back to the margin. Margin, the entire screen, theme overrides. Let's have this 16 on each side, and I will add a vertical box so that I can add a label. just to say, hey, this is our achievements. So we're going to center achievements. Then I will add a separator. I will increase the spacing a little bit to 16. And after that, we will have a scroll container. Scroll container, which in the layout and the container sizing will expand. And in this scroll container, there again, I will add a margin, which will go in layout, container sizing, expand, expand. And this margin will be 8 on each side. Now let's set the values for the scroll container. So there is going to be no horizontal scroll and the vertical will be automatic. All right, let's save this. Is the label set to header large? Yep. It seems a little bit small, but yes, universe, consciousness core upgrades, achievements. Yes, the styling is different. Okay, maybe I should go back at some times to get the styling to be matching. But let's not bother with that. We have so much to do. So here, margin container. Now we need to add a VBox, which will be the achievement list. Okay. And here we will be basically creating cards for each achievement. All right. So let's see. Let's create a card actually. So I'm gonna create a panel. And let's see. If I put stuff in it, the panel doesn't get bigger, right? If I write stuff, the panel doesn't get bigger. So I need to size the panel. It's a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. What did I do for the upgrades? Views, consciousness core. And here we have the... Did I just not add any panel? Well, there's one here. So this is the consciousness core upgrade somewhere. So components maybe? Upgrade, compo upgrade. So we have a panel. Okay. And does the panel take the size? Update button, babe, blah, blah, blah. No, actually it's not. So we have this info VBox. What is the sizing of this? Correct. That's intriguing. Okay, let's try this. So here, let's not have a panel right away. That's utterly confusing. Because here it has a minimum size. But is there any upgrade getting bigger than that? Yes. Is this guy bigger? Maybe not. Okay, so let's just go with the minimum size then. So let's see. Oh, okay, that's alright, that's alright. So we have this panel, and here we're gonna have the margin. Margin gonna take the entire place. Overriding 8 on each side. So now we can add a V-box. Oh, actually I do need a horizontal box before a V-box. Let's delete this guy. Well, actually we don't need the button. So yeah, we don't need a button. So let's just create the V-box. And we're gonna have the label right there, which is gonna say achievement name. That is gonna be a header medium. Then I'm gonna have a progress bar, which will have no percentage, and which will be let's see what good sizing. 24, 32. 32 seems great. So now that we have a progress bar, we're gonna go with a rich text label that will go in between, and this guy will be expanding. So maybe I can have, well, I guess I don't need this to be bigger, because here I'm gonna add a description that will say, here is the description of the achievements requirements, right? So we will enable the BB code in that. And now this panel, which is a achievement component, now we can save this guy as its own scene. So in my views, achievements, I'm gonna have achievement component. Okay. Now I can go in there and actually take care of the script. Okay. So these components, do I want to give, because here it has some size, right? So it's, right, let's go with the same anchor. So we're going to change the anchor of the panel so it looks a little bit better in the editor. All right, so here we're going to create a new class name, which is compo achievement. Let's go with that. Or let's go with compo achievements. We will understand this. So now we need to create a few different behaviors based on the state of the achievement. All right. So of course, if I remember correctly, in our upgrade, we had quite some stuff in there. We had the variable upgrade, right? So this is very important. And then we have the label title and description that we will update based on the behavior of the upgrade, right? So let's go with that. Also, we need a veil. So I'm just gonna copy this and bring it there. I'm gonna add the veil here. And let's see what it looks like. Okay. Okay, great. So we need a valuable achievement. So here is the problem already. We need to have an abstract of achievement. So what I will do, because I have no abstract, is at the moment I will use Achievement 01 universe created. I will use this guy, okay? So here we have this. Then we will create a function which I will name set achievement data or inject. So the reason why I want this is because I want to control what happens when I update this achievement thing. Okay, so this could go in the form of a get set, but at the moment I will just use a function so it's easy to understand. So we will have the achievement typed achievement 01, and that will be a void method, right? Let's go to achievement script, because now we need to add a few things in there. We need to add a variable title, which is going to be a string, and we need to add a variable description, which is going to be a string as well. So here the title is going to be universe creator, and the description is going to be awake creates your first universe. Okay, quite simple. So now, very simple, I will go back in my achievement component, and in there, when we get the achievement, what we want to do is to have, let's have this be unique label, which is going to be title, and let's have this going to be named description, unique as well as the progress. I'm gonna rename this progress. No, progress bar is fine, and I'm gonna make this unique. So here, when we get this, so we want first achievement, well, the achievement of the class to be equal to the achievement of the underscore one, the one which we received as an argument. And once we have this, we will upgrade a few nodes. So here, the first node we will update is gonna be title. So title, which is a label, we will update its text to be achievement.title. Okay. Then the next node, which is going to be get node description, which is a rich text label. This one, we will also upgrade the text to be equal to achievement.description. As for the progress bar, we will not do anything with it at the moment. Okay, we'll just leave it like this. Okay, so right now, nothing huge, just this little component here. So we need to go in our user interface and in our consciousness core view, because right there in this guy, what did I say? Did I say consciousness core? Achievements view. So right there we have a script, and we actually need to create the list of achievements so that we can view the achievements. Okay, so variable, we want the fact achievement component. So this is going to be a packed scene that we will reference right now. So we have this packed achievement thing. So we will quick load achievement component. All right. So let's create a method which is going to be initialize achievements children. Okay, that seems fair. All right. What I want to do is create a list of achievements that I want to display. So I want to create a list. So that's going to be an array of, at the moment, okay, I'm not in the type, sorry. That's going to be achievements with an S typed array of achievements over 1. And the value of this will be handler achievements dot reference dot get children. So this should return all the achievements in the game if everything goes accordingly as achievements are. Are you fine with that? No. So we will go with an array of node. Okay. And actually now we may have the space since I'm not adding too many things around it. Okay, so we have a list of achievements. So for each achievement, okay, for achievement, which is an achievement 01, in the list of achievements with an S, I will create a method which is going to be create achievement child. And here we will have the achievement 01 thing. Actually, do I need to create a new function here? Yeah, let's create a new function. It's gonna be fine. So what we want to do is initialize a new achievement component. So here we will create a achievement component, which is a compo achievement. And that's going to be equal to packed achievement component dot instantiate. And I want this to be referenced as a achievement, a compo achievement actually. All right. So now that it is created, I need to fix the name because I forgot the E again. So here, achievement components dot inject achievement data. I will inject achievement in it like this. And then I will have this achievement list, which I will make unique. So I'm gonna go with get node of achievement list with an S achievements, it's important. And I will add child the achievement component. All right, so here I should be able to go on create achievement child and give the achievement variable to it. All right, now it's time to try things. Okay, so if I go there, we have this. So we have a little problem. Here is the description of the achievement requirements, achievement name. So it should be actually saying all those things that I gave to it. User interface. Oh, it's because this guy should not be here in the first place. I think I didn't. Okay, so I created the method initialize, but I just didn't. I did never write. I never summoned it. So in the ready method, I want to initialize the achievement children. Right now that makes sense. Why is this? Okay, I know it's an error I made already so many times. I need to call on super. Let's go back to it now. Now we call on super, so we have the universe creator create your first universe. Okay, so we have this veil thing, which is showing. We don't want the veil to show at the moment. Okay, so we have this universe creator and creative plus universe. All right, so we are progressing. It's been quite a long time, but it's all right. So now we need to basically have this progress bar thing. So we can initialize it. Well, we will need to go in our universe script here, the universe created here. And we will need to create a few methods that will be used by the component to get the information that it needs. Like get title, get description, and get progress value. That is what is going to be very important. So here, let's take a look at this upgrade abstract because we will be making something similar. We have the class name grade, right, which extends node. Let's create the new script right away. Script achievement. Okay, so here, this thing is the class name achievement. So we have signals, okay? So we have the signal achievement completed and the signal, I'm gonna stick it. Signal achievement progressed. So why is it, okay, just being annoying. So now the variable completed is going to be common to all achievements, okay? That's basic. The next thing which is going to be common are those things which must be overwritten. So we have this title, description. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this progress thing. When we want to upgrade the progress bar, we don't have just the value we need to change, because some achievements may have a value which ranges from 0 to 1, while others may range from 0 to 8,000. So my point here is that when we get the progress value, we need to give more information than just one thing. So there are different ways to go with that. The first, I think, is to create an object that will contain all the data we need to return back. Or maybe a different way to do that could be here to use a vector2, because a vector2 already contains two floats or integers, and that should be enough, right? Because we need to return the value and the maximum amount of the progress bar. So here we need to get the value. Or another way to go with this problem could be to initialize the progress bar based on the achievement. And then once it is initialized once, we just need to have the progress moving. So here the progress could be, let's go with maybe a float. So here that would be the progress, and then we could create a method which would be progress max value or progress goal. Yes, let's go with progress goal. which will return a float as well. So here we will return title not defined. Here we will return description not defined. Here progress will return -1, and progress goal will return as well -1. Let's add a simple warning which says that this thing must be overwritten, and there we go. We're gonna document. So now that we have an abstract of the achievement, we can go back in there and have these extend achievements. All right, so here we have this signal which we don't need to reference anymore. The variable completed doesn't need to be referenced either because that will go in the init. So here we'll have this completed equal this. It's either true or false based on the data. That's very cool. So we can erase this line. And then we need to go with those methods, which must be overwritten. And actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like the idea that, no, it's, sorry, never mind. I thought there was underscores, but there's not. So yes, let's go back here. So we have the universe created, great. But now we will have the function title that will return a string, and that will return universe. So now I can erase this, and I can erase the description as well, because there will be a description which will return create your first universe. All right. Now there are more methods that we must override. So let's go with, we have progress, which returns a float. So here it will return a float version of completed. So it should return 0 or 1 based on if it is completed or not. Okay, and here function progress goal, I think it's progress goal, which returns a float, will return 1. Let's just double check this. Progress goal. So now that we have this little thing here, we can go back to the achievement component script because there are a few things which doesn't work. So here achievement is going to be typed achievement, right? And I want this to be typed achievement as well. And from there, I just need to get this as a method. All right. And go in the achievement view to change the types here as well. This is going to be an achievement. This is going to be an achievement. And I think we're good. It looks like we're good. Great. So let's update this a little bit. Actually, that was in my inject method. Let's try putting this in the inject method works. It should be fine. So here, I will grab the progress bar node. So we'll have progress bar as a progress bar. And I want the max value to be equal to achievement dot progress goal. Okay. And then go with simple things. I will make a simple check, which is if achievement completed. If it is completed, I will go with the progress value being equal to the goal, basically, right? So here, let's grab progress bar as progress bar. So if it is completed, the value will be equal to its own max value. So maybe we can actually, at the same time, update a variable goal in there. Let's do that. So goal is going to be a float. And once we have this progress here, we can go with goal equal achievements dot progress goal. And here we want to grab the goal if it is completed. Else, we will get, well, in fact, do we need to bother? Because we could get the progress of the achievement, in fact. So here, we could go in a different direction by getting get node of the progress bar. So this stays as progress bar and just get the value equal to achievement of progress. And we don't need the goal at all. So in our first achievement that we created, progress goal, well, actually we did that already. So let's see what happens. So when we start this, the bar should be completed. Like this. Okay. So now, I'm gonna let the veil at the moment and just ignore the veil. Okay. What do I want to do exactly? Yes, maybe I want to, because we have this thing working, right? So now let's just go with the idea of a multi-level achievement. So in that kind of situation, well, we want to create a new achievement first. So we're going to create achievement 02, and that will be Stardust Creator. I don't know. So here, let's just, well, grab this. Well, not necessarily, we don't need to copy it, but we'll have class name, achievement 02, Stardust Creator, which extends achievement, right? And now we will get in there, grab all the methods we need to override, I guess, and put this in there. We also need the init method. All right, so here, completed, we need to add some data. Let's add a few data for this achievement. So we will have a variable achievement 02 Stardust Creator. Completed. So here boolean is going to be equal to false. Let's go with that at the moment. We will just initialize this by saying that completed will be equal to game.ref data.achievement to completed. All right, what did we do? Then if not, we would be listening to something, right? Also, there's this name thing. Let's give it a name. Name equal Achievement 02 Stardust Creator. Great. So if not completed, we want to create an observation method. So here is going to be on Stardust created. And this should take an argument. So I'm going to check right away. Handlers, Stardust. Stardust created, we have a quantity. Exactly. So here we will take the argument quantity, which is an int, and we will go by doing a few stuff. But first, let's connect the signal. So we have handler Stardust dot ref dot Stardust created, and I want to connect my on Stardust created method. Okay. So now let's go with the overriding of those methods. So here it will be Stardust Creator. Okay. Description will be create Stardust to advance this achievement. Not so well. And at first we will create a single level thing where the maximum progress will be 100 and the actual progress will be at the moment 0. Okay, so now I will create two variables which are going to be very important, which are going to be the progress, which are going to be an int initialized to 0, and a goal, which is going to be an int initialized to 100. Here progress is going to be progress value because it's already existing in the method. So what we want to do basically is that when Stardust is created, we will progress the value, and once it reaches the goal, we want it to complete the achievement. So let's see. Let's have this thing. What do we want to do? We want to have this progress value. We want to add quantity to it. Okay, first thing. Now we want to make a simple check. If progress value is superior to goal, then I want progress value to actually take the value of goal, right? So if we exceed, we want to have this thing. We might have excess, but we will not deal with excess at the moment. All right. Now that we have the goal, we want to make a check. If progress value is equal to goal, then we want to go through a completion method, okay? So I'm going to create a completion method on goal reached. And whoopsie, and I'm going to pop. So here I want to call on goal reached, all right? So now I want to update the data, right? Because I want the progress to be stored in the data. So let's see. We need to create a new line. in our data achievements, so right there, I'm going to create variable achievement 02 progress value. And here, this is going to be an int initialized to 0. Okay, so now that we created a new value, it is crucial that we load it. So right there, we'll have progress value is going to be equal to game.ref.data.achievements.achievement02 progress value. All right. What next? So we said that we want game.ref.data.achievements.achievement02 progress value to be equal to progress value. Maybe we want this line to be in front of the completion of the thing, right? So here we update the value in the data. Then we check to see on the goal reached. And last, whatever the situation, do we actually want to return? No, let's not return. Because at some point, we will need to grab the signal achievement progressed, and we want to emit the signal to say, okay, we progressed. All right. On goal reached. So here we will have this achievement completed dot emit. All right. And we want completed to be equal to true, as well as game.ref.data.achievements.achievement02 completed to be as well equal to true. All right. We have a few things now. The progress, we will return progress value. Okay, it looks a little bit better, right? Now we can go to the component view to consider those new things. Okay. So, we want to be listening to signals, all right? So, let's see. We will make two checks, which are if not completed, achievement.completed, sorry. If not achievement.completed, and I think that's gonna be it. Okay, so if the achievement is not completed, we want to create two new methods, which is on achievement progressed and on achievement completed. So on achievement progressed, the only thing we want to do is to have the get node. I should have grabbed this a long time ago. Progress bar as progress bar, and we want the value to be equal to achievement.progress. This is quite simple. And on achievement completed, we just want to disconnect everything so that we will do when we are done with first connecting. And we also want we want basically the progress of the node to be full. So progress bar again. We want this value to be equal to progress goal, is it? Yes, I think so. Achievement. Well, actually, progress should be matching the progress at the end, right? So here, all right, let's connect those signals. So handler, well, actually, no, we just need to grab the achievement itself. Achievement dot completed dot connect to on achievement completed, and then achievement dot achievement progressed, and here we want to connect to on achievement progress. Okay, and then here, once the achievement is completed, we want to disconnect everything. So achievement dot completed dot disconnect from the same method, and at the same time, achievement progressed is gonna disconnect as well, like this. All right, so I did a bunch of stuff. I have no idea if this is going to break. I think I forgot a few things. Oh no, so we track the stardust created, and on go reached, I should stop watching this thing. So on stardust created, we want to disconnect from the signal. So here, handler stardust dot ref dot stardust created dot disconnect, and I want to disconnect from one stardust created. All right, a little bit random to be fair. So many things I did. I will delete the save file and check if this is working. Let's go. Right, so first nothing happens. I awaken the universe and I go in my achievements and nothing happens because I didn't add the achievement to the list. Yep. So here, let's create a achievement 02 Stardust Creator achievement 02. In fact, yes, I do need to keep those variables coming. Right, so achievement 02, it's A02.new, and I will add child achievement 02. Okay, so here I create my universe, and here I can see that the stardust creation is advancing. So just to be sure that nothing is breaking, I will wait and make a transition for you. Okay, so the bar has reached the end. Now we want to check if when we close the game, oh, I may have not waited enough time, but I just want to see what happens when I just start the game again. So yeah, we load those things with the completion progress. So it seems to be working very fine. Okay, so um, we have done 2 achievements for now. I didn't dive in the multi-level achievements yet. It's been a very long time, so I guess I will not be doing that today. If you want to see that, um, yeah, make sure to ask about it. But actually, I guess it will come because there's so much things we need to do still. Like we don't have the veil thing being used. We don't have anything showing that the achievement is completed, right? Like if I go in my components, maybe I can go with that. If not completed, let's go with else. Get node, and I will grab the veil. So I need to make the value unique. And this dot visible. No, I need to texture rect, because I think it needs to be there needs to be something from canvas layers or something. So visible equal to true. And on achievement completed, I will grab this line and make the veil. So maybe now if we start the game, we have the veil. What is wrong with it? Is that oh, it's a color rect. So maybe visible doesn't exist in that. Dot visible? Well, yeah. Is that the problem? I guess it was. Okay, so now we are using the veil. Okay, so the problem was using the texture where it's color. So anyway, I think we're done for today. It's a very long video. There's gonna be a lot of editing, and yeah, I hope you liked it. That you have a few ideas on how to make your own achievements. Again, if you want to make a multi-level achievement, you can easily upgrade this by in this kind of achievement here, adding a level thing, and then the title or the description written will change based on the level, and the goal will change based on the level, etc., etc. What I suggest is to always have a progress goal set to 100 and have the progress value returning something from 0 to 100 based on the progress value between the actual goal you have here and the progress value you have here. Because let's say that you have a 1 billion thing, create 1 billion Stardust. You actually don't need the progress bar in the UI to be ranging from 0 to 1 billion, right? 1 to 0 to 100 is definitely fine enough. All right. So that's it. I hope you like this episode, seeing this series coming back. I'll see you in another video, and you take care and have fun.